Welcome back to our two-part series, Top 6 Job Search Tips for Supply Chain Professionals. If you missed the first part, you can go back and just click the link below to catch up with those first 3 tips. So now we're going to get into tips number 4 through 6. So number 4 is going the extra mile. What I mean by that is most job seekers apply online and they sit back and wait and hope that a recruiter or employer calls them. That's only going to get you so far. What you'll want to do is conduct some outreach and follow-up activities, kind of along the lines of networking, and engage those employers that you have on your target employer list. So the first step is to try to identify the hiring manager. You also want to identify others that might be able to help you, because all it takes is one person in that target company that agrees to engage with you, and that could be a foot inside the door. So what you want to do is go inside of LinkedIn and click on the Advanced Search tab. From there, you're going to put in the company that you're targeting. Then you're going to try to identify, let's say let me give you an example. Let's say you're looking for a director of global sourcing. That role is likely going to report into either the head of global sourcing. We don't know what that title could be. It could be a VP. It also could be a VP of procurement, VP of purchasing. It even could be a SVP, EVP, or CPO, a chief procurement officer. So you have to put in multiple keywords in that title field until you figure out what that individual is called. From there, there's a number of activities that you can do. You can use email. You can reach out directly through LinkedIn by sending an invite first, and then you can send a direct message. If you do pay for the premium package, the job seeker package, you have in-mails that you can send. That's another means to connect through LinkedIn. And obviously you have a telephone. A lot of job seekers do not take this step, but I guarantee you that if you follow up and engage the right decision makers, you can make contact. So you definitely want to rehearse and put together an elevator pitch. If you do catch them on the phone, or if you schedule a phone call or a coffee meeting, you certainly want to be able to articulate who you are, what you do, your core value statement, and so forth. So practice and rehearse that. Have some templates. You don't want to write a book. You know, the experts in marketing said keep it to about 5 sentences or 5 bullet points. From there, you're going to reach out and try to engage the hiring manager. The other people that might help you get a foot in the door could be the HR person or team that supports supply chain, or in this case, procurement. And there could be a corporate recruiter there that happens to support the function as well. So try to reach out to several people. Don't just reach out to one, and never just do a one and done. Okay, I sent an email and I sent a follow-up message. I never heard back. You know, people are very busy these days, especially in supply chain. So where the magic occurs is in the follow-up. You don't want to be a stalker, but you certainly want to have a persistent follow-up using the phone, using email, as well as using social media. In this case, LinkedIn is typically the best bet. Number 5 is to engage with supply chain recruiters. First of all, you need to know that recruiters tend to work on behalf of their client companies because they're the ones that pay the fees. It's not the other way around. Recruiters are not in the business of finding jobs for candidates. Now, obviously, to be successful, we have to have relationships with both sides because we connect the two together. Know that many recruiters will specialize by a certain niche. That could be a geographical area, it could be a certain industry, it could be a certain function under the supply chain umbrella. Many recruiters may specialize in only logistics, only manufacturing, and so forth. So it's very important to identify the recruiters that align with your particular specialty, geographic area, niche, and so forth. You should also reach out and get referrals from your colleagues of who are the best recruiters to work for. Once you identify the right supply chain recruiters, then you want to do kind of the same tactic we talked about earlier with putting a list together, having an outreach plan, connecting on LinkedIn, following the supply chain recruiters, their company pages. If they have a way to set up an email job alert, you want to do that as well. You want to ultimately build relationships, so trying to get that person on the phone is important so you can have a preliminary discussion about your job search criteria. They'll document that in their database. You want to absolutely get your resume in their database so when they have opportunities they can search and find you and reach out. So that's what I recommend, is to identify the right recruiters. They can absolutely help you, especially when it comes to discovering roles that are in that hidden job market that are not advertised. Number 6 is to network through supply chain associations. If you do not belong to an association, you are definitely missing out both on educational opportunities as well as networking opportunities. So it's important to identify the association that aligns with your background and interest level, because there's many of them out there. I belong to SCM, formerly Apex. They cater towards broader supply chain, especially with manufacturing companies. You've got CSCMP. They cater to broader supply chain. Roots are heavy in the logistics side. You've got ISM on the procurement and so forth. So identify the right associations. There will be some membership fees involved, but it is well worth the investment for the educational benefits that you're going to get out of these associations. From a networking perspective, though, most of these associations have chapters, and every month they get together to have a professional development meeting, usually have a guest speaker. I just got back from one last night actually for ASCM, and it's a great opportunity to meet with peers, to improve your knowledge base in supply chain. You can also leverage their online membership directories, search by company, title, location, to identify other members that you can reach out to, engage in a conversation, to network for opportunities as well. And then most of them have their own unique job board. This will be heavily catered towards positions that align with whatever function that the association promotes. So I know at ACM they've got a job board and a slew of openings that are going to be focused mainly on the supply chain side of the house. So take advantage of these associations, and that can definitely help you with networking and identifying great resources and great connections to help maybe get a foot in the door. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have gained some additional insights and tips as it relates to the top job search tips for supply chain professionals. If you like this advice and would like to be notified when we put out new content, simply click the button below to subscribe to our channel.